Hello and welcome to a brand new Final Cut Pro 10 tutorial review, this time taking a look at the Hawaiki color grading plugin, which is available through the FX Factory program. Now the Hawaiki plugin lies under Hawaiki Color under the Effects browser, and you very simply drag and drop it onto your clip. Now what's different about this plugin is the onboard controls that it gives you on the screen. So I'm going to give you a quick overview of the different functionalities on this viewer. But if you want to learn more about color grading, all of these controls are familiar tools. So if you watch my color grading tutorial, you should be able to translate it to this plugin specifically. But quick overview, here are your low, mids and highs changing the color. So we could make all the whites closer to red, the blacks closer to blue, and then the mid closer to yellow if you want some kind of retarded color. Then we can play around with obviously exposure. Temperature is to do with the white balance. This is the global control, and then you've got the high, medium and lows, which is basically lows referring to the black area, the mediums referring to the greys, and the highs referring to the whites. And we can adjust them all with the global nozzle. Don't really know what to call this button, maybe. It moves. Do buttons move? Food for thought. Then over here you've also got some hue, some contrast, some blurriness and some sharpness as well, which is additional controls that you don't necessarily always get with a color grading plugin. And then you've got saturation, which you can control for the lows, medium, highs again. That's a quick overview of the interface. One of the cool things about having the interface within the viewer is the fact that if we hit Command-Shift-F and then hit the spacebar to pause, because it's going to start playing back your video, you've now got a full screen color grading program running within Final Cut, and we can actually drag these around whilst we're in full screen mode, like that. And what do you know? You can also play slowly if you're on a laptop. If we go and look at the inspector now, which you can find by hitting this inspector button here, we're going to take a look at some of the options that are in the inspector panel. So one of the options, these top two ones, is to bypass and to commit the grade. What the commit grade button is going to do is basically get rid of the on-screen control. So once you're happy with your grade, you can just hit that, and then bam, all the controls move away and you're left with your graded image. Full screen is basically going to make the image go full screen and overlay the controls over your actual image, like so, which is, it sounds convenient, but depending on the image, it's sometimes hard to see all the sliders. So I think it's more powerful to go full screen playback. Also, if you have two displays, obviously you can go window, show viewers on second display, and then you've got this viewer with all the controls on your second display. Further down, you've got more controls that give you more. Further down, you've got a bit more extensive control over these parameters that we initially had access to via the viewer. Since we can fine-tune to decimal points color changes that we want to make. You've also got a mix bar, which is going to allow you to mix the strength of the grade over the original image. And then with dim, you're basically changing how the controls actually look. As you can see, that makes them darker. You can dim just the color wheels if you want to focus on the outside controls and stuff like that. You've also got this great viewing option to show a split view of the before and after. What I like about this app is the accessibility to the core controls. It really nicely presents to you familiar color grading tools so you can achieve the look you're going for, especially in the viewer. And I also like the way that you can obviously use the split view and the overlay view in order to shape the way that you see the colors affecting your image. Being able to go full screen as well literally makes it feel like you've got your own color grading application built into Final Cut, which is really cool. One of the limitations though is that the actual things you can do are limited to traditional color grading functions. There's no secondaries and there's no selective grading of particular source colors. The plugin will set you back $50, which is a pretty good price for this sort of plugin. Perhaps for that price it would have been nice to have had secondary color grading tools, only because the built-in plugin actually has secondary color grading tools, But in terms of accessibility, this is a really nicely presented color grading tool. It's not just about what it does, it's about how it does it and how it allows you to do it and get what you want out of it. And like I said, if you want to buy this plugin, then it's available through the FX Factory for programs. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys soon in a brand new video. Also, if you're still here, my short film Talisman comes out on YouTube on August 25th, so look out for that, and I'll see you guys soon.